Some wake up to wealth. Some to poverty, desperation, and need. God calls us to spread the good news of Jesus Christ. It's not a suggestion. It's the gospel, in red. To those who answer the call to serve, their lives and those they touch are changed forever.
Before I came my first mission trip, I did me really good. I was very focused on me, and that was what was most important in my life. I mean, I always called myself a Christian, but I didn't live a godly life. I didn't do godly things. People didn't look at me and say, oh, I want what he has. My dad, for a long time, many years, has gone on mission trips, as I always called them, and teased them that they were just vacations. And it was really powerful for me the first time I finally got to come on, no quotation, mission trip and realize that it's not a vacation. The first mission trip certainly planted a seed in me that definitely helped, bring my life back to Christ, made me want to do what he wants. The fact that we built this school last year and get to come back and continue to work on it, I'm told by the locals here that the closest school is really far away, and so building a school is going to impact this whole area dramatically. You can definitely see the need and how much this community is going to be impacted and changed by the building of this school and allowing their kids to have something nearby and accessible that they can safely take their children to and get a good education. We all work real hard all day. We come out here in the morning after a good breakfast that some of the guys in the house make, and we go back to the house that we stay at, and after we eat dinner and shower and clean up, of course, we get a really good time to have fellowship with everybody. That's kind of one of the coolest experiences, I think, on this trip as well. I mean, getting to work and help people here in Mexico is a great deal, but the fellowship and the relationships that you build on this trip with, we got 25-something guys here on this trip this time, and it's usually a pretty big group of guys that you might not have known before. And so getting to build these relationships with people of different walks of life and getting to share experiences and life stories is a really awesome thing. So I think this is a great trip for all men of any ages, anybody that wants to come, of any stature. I mean, regardless of your physical abilities, there's something for anybody to do on this trip. I was 28 years old when I came my first trip, and met a bunch of great guys. I mean, we've got guys from early 20s to, I'm not sure if anybody's in their 70s yet, but we got certainly some people in their 60s and 70s. I mean, there's really no reason for anybody to not come on this trip, no matter what. You may be home thinking, how can I help? What can I do? I feel called by God to do something. Just come. I'm a really big sneaker guy, and over the last decade or so, I've amassed a almost embarrassing amount of sneakers that have a pretty ridiculous value, and it's something that I enjoy and have had a passion for. And so coming on this trip last year, we got to play with a bunch of kids. We did a big barbecue, handed out a bunch of free hot dogs and got to feed a lot of people. A lot of these kids didn't have shoes on, and it really kind of broke my heart to see that, something that I have always taken for granted, and will spend the kind of money that I do to just look cool. And these kids are running around playing soccer without a care in the world, happy as can be, without shoes on at all. And the couple kids that did have shoes, they didn't really fit. They were probably hand-me-downs from their siblings or parents even. And there's a lot of need in different places. And God works through us and works through a lot of people through this ministry to help change everybody's lives, including my own. That's been drastically changed on this mission of how I look at stuff like that. What's real necessities in life and what's important, and what my own children even, need. So it's been life-changing. So a lot of times in life we all have great intentions, and I typically have good intentions, but if we don't take action and actually do it, then it's just a thought and it doesn't even matter. So hopefully anybody's excited about mission trips. I know I'm excited to continue coming on this mission trip, and if you've been thinking about doing something different, then come on this trip. I'd love to meet you. Can't wait to see you next April.